Ford loses $1 billion last quarter and makes some engine changes to the upcoming year for the F-150. We'll explain both of these on the next edition of the Arizona Online Car Show. I want to thank Aubrey and Sons for being today's video sponsor. Aubrey and Sons is your trusted source for all of your automotive repair needs. Give Aubrey and Sons a call at the phone number on your screen or check them out on their social media. So Ford lost $1.2 billion in the second quarter of 2026 because of one, their escalating amount of money being used for warranty work and recalls. The other thing that has really hurt Ford last quarter is that they have more than 30,000 unsold 2025 Ford units at a lot of its dealerships. Of those nearly 30,000 units that are unsold 2025s, the Ford Bronco leads the way with nearly 15,000 unsold 2025 Ford Bronco Sports. This has been a major Achilles heel for Ford because back in December, they discontinued the Ford Escape in favor of this Bronco Sport. And to be fair, Ford did lower the price $2,000 back in June to make these a little bit more affordable. However, these 2025s are still sitting on the lot and they are commanding a lot of money for them. Besides the unsold 2025s that they have remaining in dealer stocks, like this one over here, and this Maverick over here, what has really hurt Ford is these recalls and the ever escalating cost of warranty work. It is August 3rd right now, and Ford still leads the way in recalls with 61 recalls so far in 2026. That is more than double of what Stellantis has in 24 recalls, and General Motors that has 19 recalls up to this date. They have recalled more than 13,000 units to go along with these 61 recalls. This is a lot of work for Ford that Ford is paying its techs at a reduced cost and having to spend the money to refix these customers' cars long after they left the factory. Some major changes are going to be happening with the lower end of the F-150 lineup that was reported by FordAuthority.com and was confirmed by Autoblog.com, MotorTrend.com, and Car and Driver. The F-150 is going to receive a new base engine that is currently offered in the Ford Explorer ST, the Ford Bronco Raptor, and the Ford Ranger Raptor. This base engine will be the 3-liter EcoBoost V6, and those offerings produce anywhere from 400 to 418 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque. They will still use the same 10-speed automatic that is in the current F-150. The 3-liter EcoBoost produces 400 horsepower and 415 foot-pounds of torque in the models like this Explorer ST and this Lincoln Aviator, while producing 418 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque in models like the Ranger Raptor and the Bronco Raptor, which are inside of this dealership at the time of filming. One reason why I suspect that Ford has made this move is because the 3-liter EcoBoost V6 allows the F-150, from the base motor perspective, to be more competitive as far as its GM, Toyota, and Dodge rivals. The horsepower numbers and torque have not been released yet, but as you'll see in this chart later, I expect that the 3-liter EcoBoost V6 is going to produce at least 400 horsepower and at least 425 foot-pounds of torque. So this is a chart of how the two engines compare to one another. The 2.7 is currently the base model engine in the F-150, and the 3.0 EcoBoost V6 is what is going to be going into the F-150 going forward in 2027. The power numbers have yet to be finalized, but this is what we expect them to be. There are some major differences between the 2.7 EcoBoost and the 3-liter. Besides the horsepower and torque numbers, you'll see about a 2 miles per gallon dip in your fuel economy. Your towing increases by 2,000 pounds, and you're going to be able to not run regular fuel anymore, as the 3-liter will be required to run premium. Based on the numbers that we currently have on the 3-liter EcoBoost V6, this is how that engine compares to its competition. The Toyota wins on torque and towing, while the GM twins win on payload, while Ram wins the fuel efficiency game at 22 miles per gallon combined and 25 miles per gallon on the highway. Ford did not release pricing for the 2027 F-150, but do expect a $2,000 to $3,000 increase from the 2026 model. Thank you for watching today's video on the Arizona Online Car Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Stay blessed, everyone, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.